Welcome to Intergenerational Conversations, where hosts Kiona Owens and Josephine Robinson bridge the generational gap in the nonprofit world. Each episode dives deep into topics that bring diverse ages togetherness, sparking innovation, understanding, and collaboration. Through engaging interviews and dynamic discussions, Intergenerational Conversation explores how different generations contribute their unique perspectives to shape stronger, more inclusive nonprofit communities. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting your journey, join us as we uncover the power of conversations, shared experiences, and collective wisdom across the age.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Intergenerational Conversations, hosted by Touch Give Foundation. Kiona Owens, our CEO, is not with us for this taping. And I'm Josephine Robinson, and I do the community outreach. Tonight, we're going to further talk about our discussion around legacies. And we're very blessed tonight that we have two people who are really living the legacy movement. And I want to introduce them, and I'm going to have them introduce themselves, and we're going to talk a little bit about what they're doing. First of all, I want to introduce Pastor Charlie Mavry, and he's going to tell us a little bit about himself and his daughter, Charnita Davis. So, Pastor Charlie.
Hey, good evening, everyone. So glad to be here. My name is Pastor Charlie Mavry. I'm the pastor of the Plentiful Harvest Christian Church, 1831 West on 69th Street. I'm also a member of the 7th District Faith-Based Subcommittee of the Chicago Police Department. I'm an executive member, team member there. I'm the general manager of WVTC TV. I sit on the Park Advisory Council for Murray Park in West Englewood. I'm also the president of Bridging the Gap Mentoring Initiatives, which is a youth mentoring organization through sports and mentoring, peer mentoring, adult mentoring, school mentoring. So I'm giving you the resume now because I'm going to be quiet and I'm going to let my daughter do most of the talking.
Okay.
And so you want to
introduce yourself?
Yes. Good evening, everyone. My name is Charnita Davis, and I also sit on the board with Bridging the Gap Mentoring youth organization. And what we do with Bridging the Gap is we work with youth and young adults, and what we do is mentoring. And with that, we're looking to attract young adults as before and after school, just to provide additional resources to them, just giving them and showing them that there are other opportunities that are out there in a positive way, in a positive manner. And we're working with them just to be more proactive rather than reactive. And we're looking to, really promote violence prevention and intervention. And we're looking to do that in a way early on, so that we can just show them that there is a better way other than the violence that they see out in the community.
Very good. So what I was impressed, Pastor Mavry is mentoring his daughter, and we have an opportunity to sit on the 7th Police District, Police Faith-Based Committee.
Amen.
So one of the things is that with this series that we've been hosting, we've been talking about the importance of generations connecting, and we're also interested in legacy. So first of all, Pastor Mavry, how did you get involved in, because you're a pastor and you carry many hats. I know you just told us about a few of your hats.
Yes, a few.
But why did you get involved in looking at ways that we can improve the community? What gave you the interest?
Well, it stems from even my childhood, come from a period when we had, I was born in the early 60s, kind of grew up in the 70s when we had those black exploitation films. And most of it, when we would go by some of the older gentlemen in the neighborhood, and they would give us these nicknames that were not so positive. And I thought about it as I got older, that, why would we do that to our young men? And then also I got involved with coaching through my children wanting to play sports. And I found out that we can have a greater impact when we're involved in our young people's lives.
Excellent.
So we don't have to have all the answers. We just have to be present. And through our life experiences, good or bad,
Right.
we can determine how we can help our young people navigate through some of those pitfalls that we had, and make them have a better chance at being productive citizens.
Right.
That's what we really want. We want productive citizens. And
Excellent.
through that, community involvement is the better way.
So is there somebody, was it your family or somebody particular that got you involved in saying, I can do it, I can be involved, I can get involved? Was it a coach? Was it a pastor?
Well, I have so many.
Okay.
I started out with my children.
Okay. But how did you, when you were a young fella, you said that you had the people that did the negative.
Yeah.
So
I didn't want to pass that on.
Okay.
I didn't want to pass that on.
Okay.
And so when I got involved with sports, then had the call to ministry.
Okay.
Had so many mentors.
Name it. Give me an example of one mentor that really kind of was really impressive.
Bishop Sappho at United Faith the Christian Institute and Bible College. We had Ernest Ratcliffe, who's the Ratcliffe Sports Organization.
Okay.
He had a very instrumental part of that, because I put my son on his team, and it was this group of men that stood strong.
Excellent.
He himself, Rynell Morgan, Rastus Hill, Dana Robinson, all these guys brought me up and showed me how we can, as a group of men, teach other young men to become men, productive and citizens.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So it's really about people have the power to make a difference in young people's lives.
Yes.
And you've mentioned, and so you've taken it on. And so how did you get involved, Charnita?
This lovely man.
Okay. Well, sometimes our children are excited about what we do, but sometimes we're not. So what made you decide that you really wanted to be mentored and following what your father was doing?
My children.
Okay.
Knowing and just seeing the world unfolding now as it is, and having that faith-based foundation, and reading in the Bible and seeing the things that are listed in the Bible actually coming to light, it was a passion on my heart to get involved, because it's sad what we see unfolding for the next upcoming generations.
So you were motivated. So what kind of said, I think I want to, because sometimes families do legacies, and we've got wonderful examples in the city of Chicago.
Absolutely.
But I think it's really important. What made you say, I really do want to look at what my dad is doing and really begin to follow him and take on more responsibility?
Knowing within our family right now, with him being the head,
right,
of what is all of the organizations and engagement, and if we don't have anyone else to step up and take lead in his absence, it will fall by the wayside.
Excellent.
And that's just something that we can't afford to do right now.
Exactly.
We cannot.
Exactly. So it sounds like, in addition to your church, which is, the church is really key in terms of making it happen, but you really do practice outside the walls.
Oh, yes.
So tell me a little bit more about I know Pastor Mavry is active in the Murray Park Advisory Council, and we have an organization, and he's been instrumental in having the children participate in our Back to School Fest. Mm-hmm. What made you? So I assume you live in that community? Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's wonderful. Mm-hmm. So tell me how you got involved in that.
You just have to get out. Sometimes I encourage people to be the change you want to see.
Excellent.
And, we can't complain about what's not going right when we don't help get involved.
Right.
Most of the times we try to figure out we got to have the right answers. No, you just have to be present.
Exactly.
And when you get out there and put yourself, you have to make yourself vulnerable. You're going to be criticized. You're not going to have all the right answers all the time. But until you get out and try to figure it out. I've been doing this for many of years with coaching. That's how mainly it started with coaching. And when we had the opportunity to speak to some young men who did not have the fathers in the home, whatever reason, we don't things work out, they don't. And let me just pause to say this to the gentlemen out there. Mm-hmm. Because you may not have the relationship you would have with your significant other as a parent, your children still need you in their lives.
Excellent.
It's not always about money.
Exactly.
Your presence matters.
Exactly.
For an example, one of my daughters was premature.
Okay.
And she was so tiny that I didn't want to hold her. I was afraid.
Okay.
And the doctor told me, he says, no. She needs to feel you. She needs to feel your strength. She needs to know the power that you possess as her father.
Excellent.
And so that example to me meant a lot, that we must be present in our children's life. It does not matter.
Yes.
Money does not matter. So
I think one of the things you said is that we can be the change.
Yes.
And I think what we've been doing with these conversations and letting people know, whatever you can do that. Because a lot of times people look at the big issue and don't look at the smaller issue.
Yes.
So I assume probably when you were younger, did you do sports with your dad?
I did not. Sports was not my thing.
Okay. So what made you get involved in the
he's always been a daddy's girl.
A daddy's girl. So whatever daddy did, you kind of went. But okay.
But it just wasn't my thing. But it is extremely important, and I am still grateful for that exposure because my children enjoy sports.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Yes.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
my children. So maybe not in the beginning for me, but I am.
But you had an opportunity to be with your dad.
Yeah.
And I think that's another thing that we miss sometimes in our community. Experiences are more important than money.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
we were talking, I'm always talking to individuals and they talk about, I remember when I went here back in the day, I went to Riverview, which was like our Great America, or I went to the zoo, or I went to
Grant Park.
Oh, Grant Park, okay, yeah. Did y'all spend a lot of time there?
Yes.
Okay, tell me about it.
There's a memory there.
And see, the reality is that Chicago we're very fortunate because we have one of the best park systems in the country.
Oh, yes.
Because a lot of big cities have private parks or private beaches. Yeah. But in Chicago, because of the people that organized it, we have a lot of green space and a lot of things. So tell me about your experience at Grant Park.
I'll let him tell.
Okay.
I'll let him tell it.
Okay.
She's still traumatized.
Okay.
Well, Grant Park and the Buckingham Fountain.
Yes, exactly.
And if you're not familiar, when the water goes down, you can get close, but when it starts to spray up, it sprays out.
Yes, exactly.
So I put her up on the fence, and we were throwing coins in, and I kind of just eased back, and she was so mesmerized with the park. So by the time the water got ready to sprue out,
as it comes around,
right,
and she got drenched.
He set me up.
All right.
He set me up.
And she took off and ran about 200 yards.
Right, because it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
But
I'm enjoying the scenery.
Yes.
I'm just
thinking it's just gonna be the water.
Right, just the
water,
and I'm having the time of my life. And I'm like, oh look, I'm just so mesmerized. But he's watching as the water comes around, and he lined me up perfectly.
Okay.
to get sprayed, and he's just laughing.
And that experience.
But you remember.
Okay.
I remember it.
Yeah. So the experiences, and I think that's what. And one of the things is sometimes in the community, and we're working in the community, we're looking. As Pastor Mavry says, we think things cost.
Yeah.
Right.
But one of the great benefits of Chicago is that we've got I think one of the best in my travels, one of the best park systems, because I was amazed. In some of the larger cities, some of the waterfronts are blocked off and only it's private.
Yep.
So everybody,
Especially on the north side.
But even in Chicago, it's equalizer.
Yeah.
If you live in Chicago, whether you're in the South Shore area or you on the North Avenue Beach, Foster Beach,
Yes.
everybody has access
Yes.
to it.
Yes.
And the parks is the great, and I think experiences. So the importance of passing that legacy on and let people know that you don't have to have a lot of money to do things with your children.
You don't, but what a lot of people don't realize until it's too late is time is one of the most expensive things.
Excellent point.
It's so valuable, and what you want to do is just spend that time.
Exactly.
Be engaged and spend that time. There are lots of ways and tons of things that you can do with youth, with your children, with your family that don't cost a lot of money.
Yeah, and that's what the great equalizer is time.
Yep.
Whether you're a billionaire or you have no money, everybody's got 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and how you choose to use that time is really
You
important.
said something right there. I was getting ready to say it's choices.
Yes, yes.
You can make the choice to be there, and you can make the choice not to. And then even when you're there, be in the moment.
Yes.
Sometimes we say we're here. And especially in this advent of the phone, everybody's in the phones. Remember, it was a time when we would eat dinner.
Yes.
No phones allowed.
I would turn. We wasn't no phones. Then we had the house
phone. Yes,
Right.
but you couldn't get phone calls while dinner time.
No, we would turn the ringer down, turn
Yes.
off the TV, sit and talk about our days, have communications with each other. But we're so busy in our phones, on our laptops, and that's technology is wonderful. I love it. I appreciate it.
for sure.
But we need to take some time out to put those and to hear each other.
Exactly.
We have to have those conversations. I wasted so much time in my youth. Even as a young father, I realized I made so many mistakes. A lot of times we don't. I made so many mistakes. Working hard, hanging out, just useless time. But you can spend that time with your children.
And I think I think the point you raised about realizing, because we had an organization we had a event on Friday, and we talked about building and nurturing strong families.
Yes.
And one of the important things is that we had the director of social work, Dr. Kimberly Mann, and she talked about the importance of experiences, and it's no substitute. When you think about your childhood, and I all of us, I had a wonderful mom and dad, and we didn't have a lot, but I just think about all the experiences that we did. That churches can give. My church was very wonderful. That communities can give. I used to go to a community settlement house. I had the fortunate pleasure of running a settlement house, and you think about it, and you see young people. Which is so important.
Yes.
That the importance of people, because sometimes, I love Pastor Hannah, and I'm going to quote him. Yesterday, he pointed out that God gave him 3 men that nurtured him.
Yes.
His father was to have him be born, but after that, it was not his job to nurture him. And a lot of times in our community, for a variety of reasons, women, boys and girls don't have it, but we have so many. The park, the coaches.
The surrogates.
Yeah, the surrogates are so important. And he said that there was 3 men, and one man, and I'm sure you, with coaching, you spend a lot of time.
Oh, yeah.
And when you are in church, you have Bible classes. And he said he was in a Bible class with gentlemen, and they called themselves the Timothy Boys. And it was 15 of them. And the man taught them the Word of God. And he said, out of those 15, I think he said 10 or 12 are ministers now, because he was very deliberate. And I think, I'm sure, Pastor Mavry, as you see people in the community and young people in the community, I'm sure they stop. Do you remember me? You used to coach me.
It just happened.
Okay.
It just happened Saturday. We were in Hyde Park, or we're going to dinner with a co-worker or ex-co-worker of mine. Some of us still get together. We're eating dinner. Was at Pizza Capri.
Okay.
Shameless plug.
Okay.
And a young man.
Okay.
Driving a very nice car.
Yes.
Came out the restaurant and said, "Didn't you used to work at Kenwood?" And he said, it's me, Hassan. I really didn't. I'm sorry.
It's
man.
okay. It's
It was
okay.
so many.
I know.
But when I realized, I said, yeah, he says, how you doing? He says, thank you. He said, I remember you. You were such a positive role model. But let me say this. We have to be intentional.
Yes.
And it brought to mind that you said, how did I really get started in this? I guess it was always instilled in me because when I was young, my father died at an early age.
Okay.
My father died when I was 4.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And Mom never remarried. And there was a void that I felt. And see, people understand, it does not matter why he wasn't there.
Exactly.
Children feel that void.
Exactly.
And so in my mind early on, and I said that I'm going to be the best father I can be. I'm going to be involved in my children's life because I don't want them to feel that void that I felt.
Excellent.
And so that's why I get involved with the youth. That's why I want to be sure to let every man know, be involved. I can't harp on that. Mm-hmm. Women are so important. Women do jobs that they are forced to do at times.
Right.
And so we have to take up the mantle.
Yeah.
I blame even some of our generation now for what's going on. And I take that responsibility. I said, because we didn't reach out enough to these young men.
Exactly.
And we let them on their own.
Yeah.
To try to navigate the world.
And they need guidance.
And we were there.
And that's why it's important as we they even have a legacy award that they give out where people are very deliberate in making sure that those of us that are baby boomers, we will continue to do the work.
Yes.
But we also have got to mentor and train.
Yes.
And what you're doing with your daughter is so important. Is that you've got to in order to keep continuing, because we've got so many examples in our city, in our community.
Yes.
We look at the leaks and what they've done. And you look at WVON and what happened with her father. And so I think it's really important. So those conversations need to happen.
And Callahan, Mr. Callahan.
Yes, exactly.
In the community, the Callahan Foundation.
Yes, and I think...
Giving awards, great legacy there.
Yeah, and he said that his son came home from school and said, we got to do more than just
it was his
do
son
service. And the fact that now they have a wonderful, and you talk about a business that's involved. The Callahans are involved in the community.
Yes,
yes. So anything that you'd like to share specifically in terms of what you're learning, kind of watching your dad?
So right now, what I'll say is it's been amazing, actually, just to see how active he is within the community and how many different organizations he's involved with. Just from going to, from the 7th district faith-based community meeting, and we were also just in attendance for one of the RAGE meetings.
The village meeting.
The village meeting. And it's been amazing. Even we're out at the grocery store and it's so many people who know, hey, Pastor Mavry, hey, Pastor, this from this meeting. I was just here. It's inspirational also.
Okay, excellent.
I'll say that. I know it's going to take a lot of work. Mm-hmm. However, it's worth it.
Okay, amen.
Commitment.
Yes.
And accountability.
Exactly.
Right? So just being accountable. But again, it's worth it because it's worth it for our upcoming generation.
Exactly.
To know and to look back on what we've had when I was younger and being able to just be comfortable or going outside and being able to just go out and touch the grass, and you really don't. Our kids right now, it's unfortunate because they don't have that ability with the things that are going on. Mm-hmm. Just in the neighborhoods, you're scared to let your kids outside because of the violence. You're scared because you really don't know what's going on. But being accountable, we have to go and take it back. We have to honestly, we have to go take back what the devil has stole from us.
Exactly.
I feel like that's what it is. So
sounds good.
And it's worth it.
So one of the things is that when we talk about community and developing a village, it seems like, Pastor Mavry, you are making that village happen. And we can, because we need the church, we need the family, we need the community, we need the schools. So you worked at Kenwood as a coach?
Yes.
Okay. You at the park as a coach. You're a pastor. You're active in the community. So it's important. And Touch Give Foundation, I wanted to share, since the last time we were on, we've opened up a new facility. The Collaboratory is at 640 East 79th Street. You can come by and visit. And what we do is that we've got a variety of activities on the first floor. We have a career closet. We have a opportunity for studio that's there. We also have digital classes that we will be doing there. Right now we're doing it at Coleman Library and Kelly Library. There's just a beautiful space. And on the second floor, there's spaces for profits and non-for-profits to have space for different things. So there's an opportunity, and we at Touch Give Foundation, and as well as Cradle to Success, we had our wonderful Community Engagement Day on Friday. So we're really very... so thank you so much for being our guest. It goes real fast.
I know.
I told you it goes real fast.
I do WBTC, the streaming.
Right.
So we understand.
So
thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for coming in, and wish you much luck as you go to the next chapter with your daughter and you. Thank you again so much. All right, we appreciate you so much. So we look forward to our next show, and hopefully you can, and if you have any ideas, feel free to get in contact with us. You can go to Touch Give Foundation, our website.